dreams come true. And I wonder if you know what it means.
True life, my name is Adrienne Love Pruitt, and I'm Miss Howard University.
My name is Ashton Travis, and I am a Howard underclassman.
My name is Trini Kendrick, and I am a Howard athlete.
My name is Andre Foster, and I am that Howard student.
To find your dreams.
To come to Howard because initially I thought I wanted to go to a predominantly white institution. When I looked at Howard, though, I found that there was so much depth within my culture that I hadn't really taken the time to explore. And I also found that the opportunities I got at Howard measured up immensely to those opportunities that I would have gotten at another university. Not to mention the ability just to not feel like a minority, to understand the people around me.
The reason why I came to Howard initially was because my major at the time was political science. And seeing as though it was at Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, I took that to my advantage, thinking that I could come here and make connections and expand upon my major.
Balancing schoolwork and grind as far as outside of schoolwork, because a lot of Howard students do way more beyond the classroom, and in order to keep up with that as well as the grades, that's probably the hardest thing.
The hardest thing about being Miss Howard is knowing how to sacrifice. Oftentimes with pageants in the eyes of a lot of people, it just seems that it's easy. You know, if you're able to speak or if you look nice in a dress, then things come to you naturally. But the bottom line is that there's a lot of hard work behind it all, and you make a lot of sacrifices where I put in my work at one time and my reward comes a little later.
This thing is a perception that everybody else has of being a student athlete. Everybody believes that we have full rides, that we get everything handed to us, and that is not the case at all. Everybody works very hard. It may not seem that way, but in general, we do work very hard for what we are given, and we're not given much at all.
The thing about being so involved on Howard's campus is honestly making sure that you're playing your role in what you are involved in. You have to make sure that you're not just in the organization doing nothing. You have to make sure that you're participating, you're playing an important role in that organization, therefore you're being active.
The athletic program. For us, in order for us to compete competitively against other D1 schools, we need to have the same exact resources, and unfortunately we are not given that.
Is the administration building. A lot of students realize that coming to Howard, you know, it's a haste going through the financial process. But if I could change the administration building, that would be one thing that I would.
Improve upon our relationships with the administration as far as getting things done in a timely manner. Howard has definitely taught me time management. The beautiful thing about Howard is that so many of the organizations, the events you see, and things that seem more glamorous than for students to create are actually created by the hands and the minds of our students. So in working with such characteristic and, you know, outgoing young people, you have to have a sense of time management, because not only do you want to do it all, but you're working on the professional schedules of other young adults. So being in this setting really will teach you how to function with your peers in more of a professional setting.
Howard really taught me how to look at myself and how I do things. You know, before I came to Howard, I really thought I knew myself, but now after being here for more than a year, I know myself way more. I've experienced a lot.
One thing that Howard has taught me is how to hustle and how not to take no for an answer. You know, when you would go to different professors and even different faculty members in the administration building, if they tell you no, that's not for you to just stop and call it quits. You have to know how to hustle and to go to the next person until you get that yes answer.
I love the family atmosphere. It's simply unbeatable. You come in and there's a sense of belonging from day one, whether you stay in the quad or the annex, or whether you stay in Carver or Drew. No matter where you come from, what you do, or where you stay, from day one you have a sense of belonging. And Sure, some rivalries come out of it, but at the same time, there's always a sense of belonging and a sense of family.
No matter what I do, no matter where I go, I will always have Howard with me. I will always be a Bison. I will always carry that legacy with me in my name.
The one thing I love most about Howard is its culture and the way that we know as the black community how to hold each other down. You know, my fellow brother, my fellow sister, with that mentality, I've learned to appreciate Howard so much because it's not about, you know, getting that next dollar and being all about myself. It's about helping my family to get to that next level and to get to that higher plateau so that we can all succeed at the end of the day. One thing that I know I will miss about Howard is the family that I have gained through my experience in my years at Howard University. I came here with only a handful of friends, and I know that once I leave, I'm leaving with a family that has my back.
Other than everything, the ability to walk across the yard and see people from Cali, and then see people from New York, then see people from Trinidad, and then see people from where I'm from, which is Atlanta, Georgia. It's such an amazing thing. And to have the opportunity to learn about them each and what they have to bring to the African American culture as a whole is truly inspirational. So these years have just been such a great learning experience for me, and I'll really, honestly, and truly miss that.
The pride that I feel being on campus, walking around the yard, looking up at the clock tower that's in so many different pictures, being able to interact with so many other successful and, you know, purpose-driven young African Americans.
People, the culture that Howard brings to everybody, I will miss that. I'm from California, so I'm not around this type of culture. Trinidad and Tobago and Nigeria, all the different types of people that Howard has to offer, I will miss that the most, the different types of culture.
I'm a Howard student.
I'm a Howard student.
I'm a Howard student.
I'm a college student.
I'm a Howard student.
I'm a college student.
I'm a Howard student.
I'm a college student.
I'm a college
I'm a
student.
Howard student.
I'm a college student.
I'm a college student.
No.